Well, my friends, a very good morning to you. Cotley Caker here. Welcome to Lincolnshire. It is Saturday, the 14th of October, and an absolutely glorious morning here. Not a cloud in the sky, and I'm off to a boat this morning, and we're going to have a bimble on the River Trent. So today's video really is I'm going to show you around my new mooring in Newark, and show you the whether upgrades is the right word, but the improvements that I've made to my little Shetland 535. So I'm just about to kind of finish off loading up the van and set off, so join me very, very shortly. Well folks, so here we are at get away from that sun, at King's Water Side Marina in Newark. Let me just spin the camera around. It's an absolutely beautiful place. There's a lot of residents on here, a lot of narrow boats. These are permanently moored here. They very rarely leave the marina. It's not the biggest marina. It's not as big as Newark, and it's not as big as Farnham here in Newark Marina. It's a lot more intimate, and there are some cracking boats on here. Really, really nice boats and lovely jetties. There's our resident cat over there, keeping his eye out for mice. So yeah, it's I think I chose well by coming here. So let's go down to the boat and show you some of the improvements that I've made. Right, so let's start on the stern of the boat. I bought these two little flags and attached these flags. I thought, with the name of the boat on them, I just thought they look pretty smart. The big difference here on the back of the boat is that I've only now got just the main engine. I've taken off the auxiliary, something that I may live to regret, I don't know, but it was very, very messy. It's not the biggest boat in the world, and have to, two engines on the back. I felt it was just a bit messy. I mean, this engine's 6 months old, it's been serviced. I don't expect it to conk out on me. It's not to say that it won't, but I don't expect it. So I've just gone down to the one engine on the back of the boat. Also takes away some of the weight as well, and I've invested in my little enamel spurs sign there, very important. That's about it for the stern of the boat. Not much has really kind of changed. Got a bit of water there, pump that out before we go. So the biggest, probably, if I can show you around this way, was the windows. I've got this sun in front of me, so I don't know how well that's going to come out. I changed these windows. The windows, as you remember, were the ones that were oversized and sealed to the actual fiberglass, whereas these I've changed them for the rubbers, and new perspex glass with the. I paid a little bit extra and had the chrome insert. Let's see if we can show you that a bit closer. I hope the camera's picking that up. It's a very, very bright morning. So yeah, I paid a little bit extra and had this chrome filler put in, which I think looks quite smart actually. I'm really pleased with it. To give you an idea, these I paid £180 I think for 4 windows off eBay, and every single window I had to cut to size. They did not fit, not one of them fitted the aperture of this boat. Now I rang Shetland up, and for 4 windows was £750. So that kind of probably tells you the difference in perhaps size and quality. These were an absolute pain in the backside to fit. and I would never ever want to do them again. I think the reason why there was a pain is because they just wasn't the right size. Had they been the right size, I think it would have been a quite straightforward job, but they wasn't. And yeah, it's a job that I would not want to do again. But they look smart, and I'm really happy with them. They don't leak. I've had to put some silicone around it. I think with boat windows, especially boats of this age, you know, maintenance around windows is always, it's just constant, I think. But a job well done. Yeah, one of the jobs that I wanted to do was to actually replace this this hatch. In the end, I give up on the idea and decided to try to refurbish it as best I could. It was an absolute nightmare finding someone who could supply and fit that hatch for me, and believe me, I did try, but it was a battle that I lost. So I thought, well, I'll spend a bit of time. I cleaned all the perspex and give it a coat of grey and new rubber seal underneath. I mean, it doesn't leak, it never has done, and I think it just looks much more tidier. It looks just looks much nicer, I think. So I'm reasonably happy with that. I had a new spotlight put on the front there, an LED one. The other one was the other light was an original to the Shetland boat, and it was just constantly having trouble with the earth. So I invested in that LED light, which is brilliant. Just a little add to the front of the boat there. And of course, because I've only got the one engine, I've now got this anchor system ready to be deployed should the engine pop on me. So I can get to this boat, and literally the way I've sort of tied it up, it's easy just to get it into the water. I've got 10 meters of chain and 60 foot of rope all sealed in that bag, so I can have that deployed within seconds really. And finally, this bow rail that I purchased, I managed to get that on, get it secured into the boat, and thankfully we've got no leaks from that. I think that looks quite smart, especially when I need to get to the front. I need something to grab onto, something to keep me safe, and that just does the job. And just on the very tip of the boat is these proper wobbly, this pontoon. It's just there was those fenders in case I smash into something. So really and truly, that's pretty much the outside of the boat. The two little flags, get rid of that engine, take away some of the weight at the back of the boat. Bit of refurbishment to the hatch, new LED light, bow rail, and this is an anti-slip paint that I've just put on here. Just to help. I wanted to put it along here really to walk, you know, when I walk along, but I just didn't think I'd get a decent finish on it, so I didn't bother. But yeah, it's a very fine anti-slip, so I'm hoping I can keep it reasonably clean. So there you go. Right, so let's have a look on the inside. Right, so inside the boat, not a great deal has changed. It's just been tidied up. This this bit round here, I've just give that a paint of grey just to match the side, just to smarten it up a little bit. I've got my little sign there. I've put these grab handles on, which just steadies really getting in and out the boat, if nothing else, just gives you something to grab onto. Really helpful actually. I've got my bracket there for my iPad, which is out the way of the screen. I was going to put it here, but obviously I wouldn't be able to see, so just made this little bracket there, just for my iPad. And I've got my my radio, phone holdall thing, the clock, the walkie-talkies down on the side there. And what I've done is I've changed this completely. I've got a digital GPS, new horn button, new USB, new bilge pump. That's set to automatic should any water accumulate in the bilge whilst I'm not here, and this new socket panel there with my lights on and USB, etc. So I think that looks really, really smart. That I'm really happy with it. So having me iPad there is much better, because you've got crap eyes like me. It's a lot easier to see the screen than it is on a mobile phone. The downside, of course, with iPads is that once the sun shines on the screen, that's it. Forget it. You ain't seeing it. So that's pretty much about it in here. Oh, I just wanted to show you one thing. We come down here. I now have under here 2 tanks. So if I decide to go on a bit of a long jaunt, I've now got about 22 litres of fuel there. Everything else is the same. These seats all the same. The other, just tidy that mat up. Turtle mat, fortune to buy, brilliant. The other thing, if I just bend down here, is my electric supply. I'm hooked up to electric here, so I've got me. I've had all that wired in, and I can, in the winter when I'm not here, I can just leave. I can just leave a heater in the cabin, set it to low, and just keep it relatively warm in there. So that's about it, I think. I can't think of anything else that I've done. I just think by and large everything is just now much more tidier, easier to get to, my radio, and this is much more a much better design, I think. So let's have a look inside the cabin. Yeah, so everything in here is pretty much the same. The only difference being is my 240 volt. So now I can plug in a kettle, a toaster, which I've got, and really that's, I think, about it. Here's a look on the inside out. The only thing with these windows is that the security is not as good. You can, from the outside, you can actually see in, although these are the smoked glass effect, not like the other ones where from the outside you couldn't really see in. So I have got some curtains for these, and we've had them made, and at some point I just got to fit them. But there you go. That's about everything done. Yeah, so that's just an update on what I've been doing whilst I've been off air, so to speak. I think that's about as far as I'm going to go with this boat now, other than kind of general maintenance and looking after it. That's about as much as I'm going to do. If there's things that I could improve, just let me know, put them in the description down below. But by and large, I'm really happy with the way this boat, now looks. Having a nice new engine is, a 4-stroke compared to the old 2-stroke, and that is, for me, it's a no-brainer. So yeah, from the engine to the bow of the boat, I think I'm just about done with everything. I'm not spending no more money on this boat unless something grabs my attention. So I hope you've enjoyed this little video. It's good to hear your comments on that, what you think, and good points, bad points. And on that note, I think I'm going to have a cup of coffee, and then I'm going to go for a bimble on the River Trent and enjoy this glorious morning. So until the next time, safe and happy boating.